Welcome to the GM Podcast, hosted by Audrey Miller and Gavin Bullock. This is a show that includes, but is not limited to, sports talk. If you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, comment your favorite sports hot takes, as we will be doing a separate video addressing those. Yo, welcome to episode 6 of the GM Podcast. Today we have our week 2 review, and we're going to hop straight into it. It's a pretty smooth week for us.
Who won the picks this week?
It was tied, bro. It's 10-6 each. So I think that leaves you at 20-12 on the season if I'm doing my math correctly. And I'm 17. Okay. I'm 17-15. So I'm winning record now. So that's smooth. I'll catch up.
You're not winning. You're not winning.
I have a winning record.
Oh, you're competing against yourself. Okay.
Yeah, it's a personal journey for me.
Okay. All right.
Dumbass. All right. So we gonna go. First game we're gonna talk about is Raiders and Bills. I'll start. Josh Allen is really good against bad quarterbacks, bad teams.
Yeah.
So what was expected happened? I think we both predicted this. Yeah. Anything to say about this game?
Yeah. I watched the game. Josh Allen still made some plays where it was just like, or not even Josh Allen. I would just say the Bills offense. They make some plays where I feel like in the regular season they're very Stephon Diggs reliant, and I'm not gonna say they're frauds because they're a good team, but I just can't see them making it over the hump. So I mean they're gonna have a good regular season, but yeah, I don't really have too much to say on.
I think this year when they play sorry teams, they need to sacrifice these blowout wins for trying to establish a run game, because for the past couple of years that's what they've been missing that other teams have had. So it's like the past 5 years for the Bills. It's gonna be the same old stuff. Moving on to Ravens and Bengals. It's one that you predicted. I know you had a lot to say about this, so I'll let you start.
Yeah. Glad to have Mark Andrews back. That was big. I love the way our offense looks. Zay Flowers. I want to say Zay Flowers got a nice little deep ball. I mean, I love the way our offense is looking. Our defense was looking good most of the game. I mean, Joe Burrow, obviously, he threw for 2 touchdowns. That's going to happen. Their Bengals defense had a touchdown, but defensively, I like where we're at. And I don't even love our personnel on defense, especially in the secondary. But we just have a culture in Baltimore that we're pretty much always going to have a solid defense just based off our culture. But I thought we looked good. I'm worried about the Bengals a little bit.
See, I'm not.
I mean, you kind of called this.
Yeah.
But
so this is my thing. I think the Bengals have ran into a tough schedule like we predicted. It's people are going to overreact to these games. They've lost to 2 great teams, 2 divisional opponents. It's going to happen. Like it happens. It happened last year. They can definitely bounce back. I do still have them missing the playoffs because I think their schedule don't get any easier, but I'm not really worried about the Bengals per se as far as their play style. I don't think they're as bad as on offense as people have been saying. They're not the same, obviously. That shows up on the score, but I'm not too worried about the Bengals. And the Ravens, the Ravens, like we predicted, are a good team. So there's not too much to say about this game as far as overreactions, just leave that be. The Bengals will bounce back week 3, I believe.
But I would say you picked the Bengals to win. So what do you think you need to see more of from the Bengals, like that you didn't see, or do you think that you outplayed them?
I think they need to execute better as far as in the red zone offensively, because they were moving the ball in chucks against y'all. They used
they're very Ja'Marr Chase reliant in the red zone. Just kind of throw it up to them.
And T. Higgins, it's a lot of get to the red zone, go ball. Throw a screen out to Joe Mixon, maybe do an inside zone to Joe Mixon. It's not a very complex offense. It's just using your athletes, and I guess people are figuring that out. But like you said, the first 2 games of the season, I don't want to overreact just yet. So good job by the Ravens. They're looking good, obviously. But next game we got Chiefs and Jags. What did you think about this game?
I didn't expect it to be this low scoring, honestly.
Absolutely.
Calvin Ridley, I want to say, only had 30-something yards. Chiefs defense did pretty good on him, really good on him. But I mean, Mahomes, I mean, they were struggling. The offense was struggling. They just found ways to move down. I mean, they just found a way to win. I mean, this was a good win for the Chiefs, honestly, in my opinion. Great bounce back win from week 1. But the Chiefs need to good to have Kelsey back. Hopefully his production starts to increase as he gets healthier. But yeah, not too much. Jaguars got to score more than 9 points though.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
I will say the Chiefs right now are looking like a top defense in this league, which is absolutely scary considering they have Mahomes on the other end of the ball. But even they allowed 1 touchdown to Detroit in that entire game. That's scary for teams all around the league. Don't overreact to Jacksonville because it's a 1 possession game. It happens early regular season. Christian Kirk went for $110, I think. They'll get better with time, and I think since they gave them this one, they'll probably beat them in the playoffs when that comes around. So, and they'll get to the Super Bowl.
They'll be in the playoffs.
The Jacksonville Jaguars will beat Kansas City.
You're a believer. I respect.
I am a huge Jacksonville believer this year. I think I want Trevor Lawrence to get. He's a winner. He'll get over the hump this year, and I still believe in them. Next game we have Titans and Chargers. The Chargers chargered in this one. There's nothing I have to say.
Yeah, I thought the Chargers were gonna win this one, but I mean, Coach Brandon Staley said
he got to go.
He has to go, in my opinion. But I think he said something in an interview about he got mad at a reporter because he said the first week 1 loss has nothing to do with the Jacksonville loss. I disagree. I think the way the Lions, where they finished last season and it gave them momentum into this year, I think it's quite opposite. I know it's a new year, but I think that and it's not even, he might not be a horrible coach. Now, I haven't seen great coaching, but they definitely need a new voice, I think.
Sometimes, exactly, you need a new culture in the locker room because it's the same stuff. Regardless, that carries over to next season, and the season is long and grueling and people get hurt. It's hard to stay 100% positive when the same stuff is happening. And you can't play around with a team like Tennessee. They've showed us the past, 10 years that if you let them hang in a game, they will come around and beat you because of their great head coach, great running back, capable quarterback.
Yeah, Vrabel's good.
Vrabel is a top 5 coach in this league, I would say. And I think, man, you can't let a team like that stay around with you. Chargers got to start punching teams in the mouth earlier because they have the talent to do so. They're just not executing on that level yet. But good job by the Titans. Next game, we got Falcons and Packers. Looked like Packers were going to win this one for a while. But Falcons pulled it out. I wasn't that in tune with this game because Sunday Ticket is stupid as hell, and I couldn't watch the in-market games. Fix that, YouTube TV, please. But, Bijan Robinson, once again, that's a running back you pay regardless because he's going to change games for you. Yeah,
no, for sure. And I would say I like what I saw from Jordan Love, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, he played a solid game. I think Atlanta, like you said, like they have so much talent. And I'm not bashing Desmond Ridder, but he's just not.
It's not great.
I mean, he's serviceable. Like he's not a game changer. If you put a lot of different quarterbacks with Atlanta, they can be a really explosive offense. So I'm really excited to see what they do in their future, quarterback wise. But
I want to see the Shedeur fit. That's what I really want to see with this team. They need to trade up to get him. That's a Super Bowl team right there if they get Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion. Next game, we have Seahawks and Lions. This was a great game from start to finish. Prayers up to the Lions. I feel like Lions would have won this game if they had everyone healthy. I think an O-lineman went down. Amon-Ra St. Brown went down. A safety went down for them. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was out for a period of time in this game. And obviously David Montgomery, who they signed this offseason, went down. So it was a bad game for the Lions, and they took it to overtime, which says a lot about their culture, as we were speaking about before. But
next man up.
Yeah, the reason I picked the Seahawks in the first place, they're a talented football team, and I told people not to panic after week one. Hope you didn't because this team is coming. Pause
Yeah.
for more than just this win. So, yeah, for more than just this win. Uh,
Yeah.
they got a good coach over there at the end of the day. Pete Carroll is a coach that establishes culture at the beginning of the season, and I think they'll be off to a roll in a quick way. That threw me off.
Yeah. And but yeah, I liked what I saw from the Seahawks line. This was a great game, very competitive. I honestly thought whoever got the ball first was going to win in overtime. So Seahawks got it; they won the game. But now it was a very good game. I love the Lions coach. I think the Lions are a better team than the Seahawks. Like you said, a lot of people went down. I'm really high on the Lions, and I'll say that like a lot. But
Yeah, you like the Lions.
Yeah, I like the Lions. Yeah.
By the
That's pretty
way,
much all
oh
I
yeah,
wanted, though.
this is what we had to talk. We were talking about this the other day. Something has to change with these refs, bro. I don't know if they're not
This week
train,
was horrible.
they're not training in the off season or something. But there was a call in this game where Geno Smith, obviously there was a miscommunication. He threw a fade and his receiver ran a hitch, so that's an intended receiver. And what the rule of intentional
Yeah.
grounding says is if you're throwing to an intended receiver in the pocket, it doesn't matter if you're in the pocket, outside the pocket, that's not intentional grounding. They called it, and then
Yeah.
a viral clip goes around of the ref talking about I'm trying to talk to America. That overshadowed the fact that that was a horrible call. So, and that wasn't the
Yeah.
only one. I think that happened in the Rams game as well. So that needs to get fixed
There was some
ASAP.
bad calls in the Denver game.
Yeah, there needs to be some fines going on. I thought in the Denver game I thought the last play was a pass interference, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Because I don't we'll get to Denver later. Next we
Yeah.
got Colts and Texans. This is an interesting one. We had two rookie QBs who look pretty capable this weekend.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson, 2 instant rushing touchdowns, looked really good, and then he got a concussion. Um, I thought this was going to be a really explosive game for him, at least 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. I mean, it would have been a great performance if he didn't go down, I think. But yeah, I'm really just I'm almost sold on Anthony Richardson. Like almost. I know he has to prove himself a little bit more with his arm, but legs wise, he's he looks good right now. And if he gets any type of talent around him with the Colts or Jonathan Taylor comes back, that's a scary running game. Almost.
Absolutely.
I mean, you think of Lamar when he had Mark Ingram, and I mean, or even if he would have had J.K. Dobbins this year. I mean, that's a great running game if they get Jonathan Taylor back out there, and hopefully Anthony Richardson is healthy.
I think a lot of these teams are like a receiver or quarterback away. I think if the Colts get a receiver in the near future, they could be a dangerous team. But I'm gonna move on to the next game and connect it to this game. This weekend we saw C.J. Stroud. You probably can't even name a receiver on that team. I mean, obviously they have Tank Dell, Nico Collins is going crazy for them right now, but you don't see him making excuses. You see him out there performing. So props to C.J. Stroud. And today the information that comes out is we're gonna move into the Bears and Buccaneers game. Justin Fields talking about it's coaching. Justin Fields, me and Gavin Bullock had you in our top 10 quarterbacks this offseason. Obviously, you haven't trained hard enough. You haven't worked hard enough because I've seen a film where you're just running into sacks. You're missing easy out routes. Like, you can't blame that stuff on coaches, bro. They're giving you the blueprint. Sometimes you just got to take what the defense is giving you. So as far as that, I wasn't pleased with Justin Fields blaming the coaches for that. So that's all. You could talk about the Buccaneers when you get there, but Justin Fields, you got to do better, man. And I think if he doesn't get better this year, it's time for him to go from Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He had a pretty bad game. I don't like blaming the coach, but I mean, my biggest thing is I like the Bucks. Baker Mayfield, like I said, he's serviceable, but he's also a winner. He's a fire competitor. But I mean, something with Justin Fields, I don't know if it was his development reading defenses, but I just don't see him. I mean, I know how we talk about how we like Caleb Williams, Shedeur, and quarterbacks like this. Like, I see them reading defenses. Like, I see that translating. Justin Fields, I see an athlete. I think Justin Fields is not a horrible quarterback. as of right now, because he's so reliant on talent, he can make plays where you're like, okay, like wow. But that will not last forever. And
No.
that he has to be able to read a defense. And eventually, eventually he's gonna get older and he's gonna have to be more reliant on his arm. And I just don't see him being successful with that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Uh, as far as the Buccaneers, yeah, good job. Good job on the Buccaneers side. Like we said at the beginning of the season, they're a talented roster still. Still a great
Yeah.
defense over there. Two great receivers, and if Baker Mayfield can keep being serviceable, I'm scared of the Buccaneers coming up this week facing the Eagles, but we'll talk about that later. Also, next game, Giants and Cardinals. You started off. I don't even gotta say it.
Cardinals, I really don't know what we're doing. We're competing. We're trying. I don't know why we're trying to win.
Bro, that was too close to comfort, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing as a franchise. We got I want to say they got a 14-0, and I'm just like
20.
Like 20-0?
20-0 at half.
Yeah, I was on that red zone a little bit, but yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. But
they're probably gonna get displaced from the league because they're not following the script right now. It's embarrassing for the Cardinals.
I'm not gonna lie, I would not be surprised if the Texans get the first pick, but they don't have the first pick. They don't have their pick.
Who has their pick?
That's a great question. Hold on. I need to find that out. Yeah, but
Giants.
The other day they don't.
Daniel Jones had a good second half. That whole offense was clicking. They had when their receivers perform, they look like a well-oiled offense. Honestly, they look like a top 10 offense in this league. Problem is Saquon's now injured again. They played the Cardinals, so we don't know how accurate that second half really was. So this is really a disappointing game by both teams. Cardinals know the situation, know the plan, know your personnel. Giants, a lot of people were expecting greatness from y'all. I wasn't. But yeah, y'all disappointed a lot of New Yorkers this weekend. Even though y'all came back, it's still an embarrassing win for me. Next we got the 49ers and Rams. What I saw out of this game, honestly, bro, Matthew Stafford threw 2 interceptions and neither one was his fault. They were driving on both of them. And I think Matthew Stafford is still, I think he's the top 10 quarterback as well. I think he took Justin Fields' spot. 49ers are just a great team. Puka Nacua came out to perform as far as the Rams go. That's about it with the receivers, though. So they need to get that fixed in LA. They need to get another receiver on that team because what I saw Sunday wasn't cutting it. But the 49ers, Tyler won it for them. Brock Purdy, I didn't like him this weekend. I thought he missed a couple deep balls. He ran in the slants just like Fields. So he needs to get that fixed if they want to be top contenders in the NFC as well.
Yeah. I was just impressed with the 49ers from the standpoint of, I mean, they put up 30 points and didn't have one passing touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think that's a clear point of Kyle Shanahan's run design, and they can run the ball. They have the big guys up front to block, and their defense is, we know what their defense is. I mean, they're very talented. So I like the 49ers roster, and I feel like the only person who can mess it up is Brock Purdy, if that makes sense. I think he's if he just hits his weapons and let them do their thing, they're going to be great and they're going to have a chance at, making a Super Bowl run. But if a moment gets too big for him, he tries to be a superhero, then I think he's kind of what this team's relying on almost.
Yeah. Next game we got Cowboys and Jets. It happened. It happened. Well, Zach Wilson isn't a good quarterback in the NFL. He can't be a starting quarterback in this NFL. And I mean, that roster is extremely talented, and it just wasn't a good matchup for the Jets. That O-line and quarterback was the exact thing that the Dallas Cowboys could capitalize on. Good job by Dallas once again. Micah Parsons might be the best player in football other than Patrick Mahomes. So he's good on the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys, I mean, they got 3 interceptions. I mean, held the Jets 10 points. Zach Wilson threw 3 interceptions. I don't know. That's probably a little bit of both. Cowboys being just that good. I've told you this from the jump. I'm high on the Cowboys defense. Honestly, I get a similar feel. They're not as great in the running game, but I get a similar feel than I do with the 49ers. I think where I see this team losing is Dak messing it up.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I think if I had to picture the Cowboys losing in the playoffs, it would be okay. Dak threw two interceptions and blah blah. They couldn't drive down the field, whatever. Now that's what I picture it being. They
And
run the
that
ball pretty well. And yeah, I like the roster. I really
yeah.
do.
And that's why I still like Philly over these two teams because whatever happens, I trust my boy Jalen Hurts more than both Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott. So that's where my mind is at
Yeah.
as far as those teams go. Next game, probably the most interesting game of the week. We got Commanders and Broncos. And I'll let you start out on this one. I want to hear what you got to say about this game.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Howell came to play. I mean, Sam Howell looked good. I honestly was not. I was not high on Sam Howell as an NFL quarterback. Um, I don't want to overreact to one game, but I mean, he's 2-0 as a starter now, and it was. I mean, it was a crazy game. 3-0.
Yeah.
No, 2-0.
Well, 2-0 this year. He won against the Cowboys last year.
Yeah, I don't care about. No,
Hey, he's a
he's
dog,
2-0.
bro. He's a
Yeah,
dog.
he is. Yeah, but interesting ending to the game. I know
Yeah.
you had some pretty strong feelings on that. You want to get to that about the
Uh,
Hail Mary and then the
Yeah,
after that?
I definitely thought that was a pass interference. I don't get why you can just tug a guy's jersey away from the ball and
Yeah,
early and have that not be a call. And I didn't see a lot of people make a big deal about that. So maybe I'm just wrong, but I thought that was a clear
I
PI.
think I think people have gone a little too far on the refs just letting the players play out the game at the end of games, and whether that's basketball, whether that's football, not calling fouls, not calling penalties. You, I just think you need to call it the same way you do the whole game. I mean,
It's the same game.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't like that call. One thing to point out with the Commanders, great job. Brian Robinson's a stud. McLaurin, we already knew he was a stud. That throw to McLaurin in the end zone might be the best throw I've seen all year. That was an absolute dot. I watched that live and I'm like, bro, I mean, we knew this when he was at UNC. The dude got arm talent. Like, he's not the most physically gifted guy, but he has some great arm talent.
yeah,
On the Broncos side, I saw an interesting stat the other day. The Broncos are actually averaging the most points per possession in the NFL right now. So, what my takeaway is the defense and the offense have swapped roles from last year because we remember how great Denver's defense was last year. I
yeah,
honestly think that offense is clicking. I think they went flat, obviously, after being up 21-3, but they're not bad right now. Like Russell Wilson doesn't look like a bad quarterback like people are making it seem. He's obviously not going to be the same as Seattle. I don't know why people are expecting that, but he's still a very
yeah.
capable quarterback with decent weapons. I mean, Mims showed out this weekend. Jerry Jeudy, I think, is healthy. Cortland Sutton is out there. So I mean, their defense has to get stops at the end of the day. This isn't a Commanders team that we considered at the beginning of the year to have one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, it's the Commanders.
No, I had them. I mean, obviously not just offensively, but just as a team, I had them. I had them last in the
Yeah.
division.
So I just think that
And it's
defense has to
looking
step
it's
up.
looking like that might end up being the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely. The NFC East is rough right now with those. Well, no, they're not rough right now. I just think the Giants are. The Commanders are showing us a lot, and I did predict at the beginning of the season
I'm
that
not
they.
gonna lie, other
Go
I
ahead.
have, and it's not that like I don't have them being good teams because I think the Cowboys and the Eagles can both be, but I think all four teams in the NFC East, I just have questions about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're frauds. Like when it comes to Commanders, I'm not sure if the Giants. I mean, we keep talking about how the Vikings were frauds last year. I mean, I'm not. What if that's the Giants? Like they're just
Yeah.
not good this year. Like I don't know.
Oh, they won't
We'll
make the
see.
playoffs.
But yeah,
The Giants won't make the playoffs. We don't even got to worry about
no,
that. Next game,
yeah,
Sunday night football, Dolphins and Patriots. Patriots are really good after the first quarter ends. Um, so
yeah.
if they had 3-quarter games, they would actually be pretty good at football. But that's not how games are formatted. So unfortunately, they got out talented in this one, like you predicted. I predicted the Patriots. Well,
Yeah,
I predicted the Patriots to cover, but I didn't expect them to win. Um,
yeah.
yeah, the Dolphins. Tua looks good right now.
Tua looks good and he's accurate. I mean, like I said this last year when he like a lot of people don't love Tua, but when he is healthy, they win and they can run. I mean, Mostert looks good. I mean, I like their roster. I like their offense. Defense is good, and I can only imagine what it would look like when they get Ramsey back.
Absolutely.
Like they're
That's scary.
Dolphins are a scary team. I think they're like I mean we keep talking about we keep talking about the Bucks being scary. The Dolphins are a scary team to play against. I mean, they could put up a lot of points. Definitely the fastest offense in the NFL. But I will say, I think the Patriots got that first down on that lateral to the lineman. I
I did
don't
too.
know how they
I did too.
I don't know how they had enough evidence to overturn that. Maybe he did or didn't get it, but I didn't see that there was enough evidence to overturn that.
And I
But
think I might just be stupid because everyone else I've seen says that's obviously short. I don't know what I'm missing when I look at that view, but I didn't. I thought that was at least
yeah,
on that line. But yeah,
yeah,
props to the Dolphin. They got a great team this year. Next
yeah,
game we got Saints and Panthers. What I didn't like about this game, first off, Saints still trying to catch their stride. I'm not going to overreact too much. They have an easy schedule all year, so if they don't catch that stride, then when the playoffs come, then obviously we'll pick them to lose. So I'll talk about the Panthers
yeah.
here. People are overreacting to Bryce Young in this game.
Yeah,
He
it
has
just
no supporting cast whatsoever. I watched this game. He had to start taking the game into his own hands with his legs. He has Adam
yeah.
Thielen who makes smart veteran plays, but he can't get open like he
He's
used
not
to.
a number one though.
He's not a
He's
number
not a
one.
number one.
Nah. And I think DJ Chark, I don't think he's that guy right now. Their O line is
He's
obviously not one of the best. They have a great
yeah,
left tackle. Other than that, that's about it. So with Carolina, don't quit on Bryce Young this early in the season. Like it, I think he's a very capable quarterback. I think he's kind of like Tua. If you give him time to develop, he'll become more accurate with time. So don't
yeah.
overreact to this game as far as Saints and Panthers fans. But yeah, that's what
I'm
I
not
got
gonna
for you.
lie. When it comes to Bryce Young, the same questions I had are the same before the draft. I think the only thing holding him back from being good is you just don't give him weapons in the O line, or him being little does not. It doesn't give me problems. Like he's going to be fine. Him being little scares me for him getting injured. But if he could stay healthy, which is a big if at that size, but if he could stay healthy, he has all the intangibles to be the face of a franchise, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
he's I think he's a winner. I think like I said, he has the intangibles, but they have to surround him with something. I mean, yeah, getting him was great, but they got left DJ Moore. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they can surround him with some talent, but
Yeah.
and the Saints, from the Saints side, they are what I thought they were. I mean, I think they're going to win a lot of games. They remind me a lot of that Steelers team that I think was 11-0
Yeah.
at one point. Like I just don't think they're doing anything in the playoffs, but they might win 12, 13. I mean, they might win a bunch of games,
Yeah.
but I
That
just don't.
schedule
I
is
think they're
cake.
I think
Yeah.
they're yeah.
Last game, Browns and Steelers. Obviously, the thing that's overshadowing this game is Nick Chubb's injury. Holy,
It's
I mean, bro, it's one of the ones you talk about that, like in 10 years, we're gonna talk about like the worst injuries we've ever seen. That's up
it's
there.
disgusting.
Um, that looked like a
Your
career
legs
ender
not
to me. Yeah, it's not. I hope he can come back. Because he's always been a down to earth guy. Never did anything wrong. Just came and
consistent.
exact consistent. Not hasn't missed much time for them. And I don't
Yeah.
know, man. It sucks. I think the thing that messed up this time was the arteries behind his knee were cut off or something like that. So yeah, it looks
Mhm.
rough for them. And but so we're praying for him, obviously. But something else,
Yeah.
obviously, I think you texted me right after the game, and straight up you said Deshaun Watson is ass. And I think I agree, dog. Like 2 face mask penalties as a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think
what
that
I know he's
situation.
trying to extend the play, but it gets to a point just throw it away or you
Yeah,
just gotta, I don't know,
I don't think he's
scramble
meant.
back out.
I don't think he's mentally the same, bro. Like I think that whole situation, which we won't cover right now, has messed him up, and he has not healed from it yet because there's something going on with this dude. 2 face mask from the quarterback position. That is something that I have never seen before.
That's
And
pretty interesting. And
yeah,
it's weird because he looks the same physically. He makes some plays where I'm like, okay, he still has an arm. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, he's moving. Like he's I think he had a rushing touchdown. Like he's moving like very well. But it's just something's off. Like
And I
I
think
don't get it.
you can't give him any excuses. He has a number one. He has a great tight end. He has a great old line. He has a great defense. What more
He
can you
had a great
ask?
running back.
He my fault.
They're trying to be funny, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just out of left field. But yeah, they got Kareem Hunt now, so that's still a decent running back who has
Yeah.
performed for the Browns consistently over time. So if he
Yeah.
I don't know about the Browns. Obviously, you knew that they were my AFC North winners this year. But the way Deshaun
Yeah.
Watson was looking, I mean the Ravens are looking like a great team, and I think that's gonna change up. So yeah,
I
that's
mean, people don't talk about this, but the Ravens were winning our division last year before Lamar got hurt. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but
He's a winner, dog. All
yeah, he
right.
is.
Yeah, but that's it for our week 2 recap. Yeah. And
Yeah.
keep commenting
We'll
hot
have
takes.
yeah, we're gonna have an NBA top 10 video coming soon for y'all. We
Yeah.
want some NBA content, so we'll get that rolling up soon. So hopefully film that tomorrow. But yeah.
And if there's any videos y'all are interested in, and just comment below. We'll try to get to those.
Yep.
All right. Peace.